It was important for my career, one, because they're beautiful movies, and it was also amazing to make movies that were for a younger generation. And for me personally, because it's been a beautiful experience.
Gerard, I have to say that I was so nervous of talking to you because I love Phantom of the Opera. It's my favorite movie of all times.
Wow!
Yes, I know.
Amazing.
Wow! Thank you.
It made my...
Every second interview.
When I was growing up, it was like the most important movie for me, so I'm really happy to talk with you about
Thank
it.
you so much.
And I really think that now, I was thinking that Phantom was your most important character until now, but then I watched this movie, and I mean, you were perfect in this movie. And I want to know from you how to Train Your Dragon is important and changes something in your career.
I don't want you to miss out on a little movie I made called 300. I thought that was pretty important.
You
in my
know,
career, and that
that-
was in between now and Phantom.
That movie, it was my father's favorite movie. He passed away, but...
I'm so sorry.
No, because I'm so happy to talk with you because I'm thinking about it. You know, like my father would be so proud that I'm here talking to you. That's so nice.
Well, I'm glad I brought that up then.
Thank you. I was not going to say that, but as you brought, I think that it's important to say.
Yeah, no, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
Now I forget what the question was.
Sorry, I was saying what How to Train Your Dragon is important to your career, and what do you think that it brought you from you?
It was important for my career, one, because they're beautiful movies. And it was also amazing to make movies that were for a younger generation. And for me personally, because it's been a beautiful experience. I have to say, 15 years of feeling like a family, of making, of watching this man and his creativity and his genius, and making these stories that you've just seen have become this global kind of beloved thing. So I couldn't have been happier that I got involved, and then it felt like it was over. So then to get the call from Dean and go, we're gonna, and I was like, okay, well, what exactly are we gonna do? But seeing the care, the attention, the talent, the love, the need to say, he said, if we're gonna do it, we're gonna take it to another level, and that was, I think, the challenge and the motivation and the fun behind doing this. Yeah.
And I have to say, the Stoic, when Gerard played Stoic in this live action version, it combines all of his strengths, because it has the emotional resonance of a movie like Dear Frankie, and it has the power and bravado of King Leonidas in 300, and you could cherry pick from all of Jerry's performances over the years, and
He's not singing.
comes together. Well, he's not singing, yes, not yet.
Yes.
We're working on Dragon 2, remember.
Second movie. Second movie.
But yeah, it does combine so many powerful aspects of what Gerard brings to a role.
I like that. I'm going to steal that.
Okay. I'm
He always
going
says
to say
smarter
that.
stuff than me, and then the next interview I just say what he just said.
And as Gerard said, what a beautiful movie and what a beautiful story and legacy. Here in Brazil, I don't know if you know, but people are crazy about How to Train Your Dragon. When I told people that I was going to talk with you, everyone was crazy because people love this movie. And it's a beautiful live action version. What's the best and the worst thing of adapting your own work?
That's a good question.
Well, the best thing is that we can go back and fulfill all of the dreams. Because certainly with the first animated movie, we made it in a hurry. So we didn't have enough time to really kind of expand everything, give all of the characters enough depth. And so it's all there. I'm very proud of that movie, but there were opportunities to go a little deeper into the story with the characters and the action. And that was definitely the best part. And I think the part I was most afraid of is that we would, at the end of the day, create something that was inferior to the animated film. But it's nice to have that fear, because every day it kept us honest, and it made us push to always find something that felt additive to the animated film.
How was for you guys to shoot, to direct with dragons that were not there? I guess there were no dragons in the shooting. How was there for you guys?
It didn't feel like there were no dragons, I have to say, because we actually built dragons. He could explain in more technical detail, but there were puppeteers And that was one of the most surprising things about this movie is I felt like I was performing with Toothless. Just the tiny, subtle movements, the bigger movements, the smaller movements. And some of my more emotional scenes were with him. And I was astonished by it's this, Tom Wilkins?
Tom Wilton.
Tom Wilton, yes, Tom Wilton, our head puppeteer, is a genius. And I think it really shows what you really see with Mason's performance especially. But I was shocked by that. I think how I feel like we really are performing with creatures.
I mean, luckily we had an amazing puppeteering team. So we had like most of the time I was working with Toothless, it was just foam head, and behind it was Tom Wilton was so incredible, and you know I had something to touch and feel, and we had a lot of time to work together. So we just kind of built up this chemistry, and you know I would improv and Toothless would improv with me, and it was great. Yeah, it was fun.
That's amazing because you really had a chemistry, and I was thinking how it was a puppy. I mean, it was the only way.
Yeah.
And for you, Nika.
It was amazing because I do think there is something about having. I mean, the puppeteering team was truly like a really key element of I think why in the film all of our dynamics with the dragons and like the fear of the dragons and everything. Why, at least to me, it feels real and authentic because it was genuinely. They would have like the dragon heads. It would be at lunch, and you just like look over and you're like, oh, there's Stormfly over there,
There's Toothless's
and just
head.
whatever.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you start filming, and Tom or Ed or whoever is holding it, and they start moving and breathing, and I don't know what it was, but it just suddenly the dragons became so alive. And so I think for a film that you've relies heavily in that regard on CGI and everything, we really were given a true gift with them being there and them
So thankful.
making it all come alive for us. So that also then, because sometimes we'd have to film where there was nothing there at all, just for special effects purposes, and it made that stuff way easier because we had a vision and an image of what we were looking at. So it was actually not as difficult as it would maybe appear to be.
I really thought it was difficult. It was the impression that I had because, as you said, you had like chemistry with something that is not there. So and it's perfect in the movie. It's really.
thank you.
I was really touched, and I almost like. I was nervous about Toothless. I
Yeah.
was, don't touch it. It's hurt. And one thing that is very nice about you, Mason, is because you're only 17, and you did like movies that are so your lead role for 2 movies that here in Brazil at least people are waiting for it so much, and people talk a lot of because How to Train a Dragon and Black Phone. It's amazing, it's huge, and it's
thank
not for a child. It's a very heavy movie.
Yeah.
How is for you to this responsibility of being so young and being such important movies?
Yeah, and I mean, just the chance of being a part of a movie and the fact that that movie can affect people in such a great way is so honoring to me, and that's why I do what I do. If I could be a part of a movie and affect one person, that's everything to me. So, this job is amazing.
That's amazing. And Nico, there's a lot of nice parts of Astrid, and that she is fighting, she's doing like stunts. What was you and what was like stunts were doing it?
You know what? It
The
becomes.
cartwheels were her.
If I had like the most brilliant stunt double, Yasmin Tate, and Roy Taylor, who was head stunt coordinator, was like, couldn't have been. Both of them. For all of us, I think. What are you laughing
I was
at?
laughing about the cartwheels.
Like, why do you find that so funny?
I don't know, because I keep on bringing it back up.
Why do you find it so funny? The stunt team, I'm ignoring you, the stunt team is so brilliant, and we were all kind of like, I remember going in for stunts and we all were just like, these guys are badasses, like they're really cool. And so I think, and also editing, they've done such a brilliant job, and Bill Pope, who shot it, has done such a brilliant job of the connective tissue between stuff with me and Yaz. So honestly, some of it, I actually don't know what's me and what's her. I can kind of tell. But I think Yeah, but Yaz is just a legend. And also anything that I did do is in total credit to the stunt department anyway, because they trained me up for it. So I think all of it, I want to give full credit to them. But I also did do a substantial amount of it that's in the movie, and I'm proud of that.
That's so nice.
And
I
no
just-
cartwheels, unfortunately.
and no riding dragons, right?
We did.
I rode some dragons.
We
You
rode
did some
dragons.
cartwheels.
You rode some dragons, some cartwheels, made it work. No, we did, we rode our version of dragons.
That's so nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which was maybe slightly different to what's in the movie, but
Yeah, probably.
But yeah.
Cuidado! Soluço!